Hey guys, Nick here from 4playernetwork.com, and I'm here with Brad Simons.
Hello.
And Brad played Sunset Overdrive
Indeed I did, Nick.
from Insomniac Games.
Indeed I did.
And I
the
didn't.
big Xbox exclusive. Ask me anything.
Will this convince you to buy an Xbox One?
No, I will not buy an Xbox One because of Sunset Overdrive.
Will you play Sunset Overdrive
This would be a
and
game
enjoy
that
it?
maybe I'd rent. I like Insomniac. I like crazy weapons. There did seem to be some crazy weapons in there. Hopefully they're upgradable, which I think they are. But so what I played was, it was actually a mode. It was a multiplayer. I had like 4 dudes on my team, maybe 8 dudes on my team, and it was like this tower defense mode. We laid down traps, and then waves of dudes were coming in, and then we started killing things. But
Well,
it was like in a circus ground or something like that.
Tell me about the traps. What kind of traps?
Well, I mean, the traps, that's not the... You just laid the trap and they did the things. It was mostly all about traversal and weapons. All the weapons, the full weapon wheel was unlocked, it looked like. And you were just kind of grinding around, fighting off waves of dudes and bigger enemies. And that was pretty much the demo. It was multiplayer. Let me tell you just a little bit something about Sunset Overdrive. You may have seen videos of them doing like real cool things and swooping around, and that definitely takes some skill. Even so much they were saying, hey, you know, you're not going to be very good at this at first. There was like 2 tutorials really before we were playing, and we had a guy on the mic kind of telling us, he was on our team, but he was from Insomniac Games, kind of telling us exactly, hey guys, you shouldn't just be on the ground. You need to be grinding around and having fun. By the end of this, you'll be pretty good at it, but only if you try. Like, he would not shut up about, hey, this is the right way to play Sunset Overdrive.
So what you're saying is there is a wrong way to play this game.
Well,
If you want to have the
so they
were
were really talking up this game while we were waiting in line. They had a dude, and it's like, this is crazy. It's all about fun. We're a video game where there are no rules. Like, there was a guy up there like hyping it up, and then when we get there, they're like, all right, go have fun. Let's just say that crazy traversal stuff is really kind of awkward.
How so?
Because you're grinding on something, but you're always like falling off or falling down, or maybe you get to the end of like a grind, and then you're on the ground, and then you're scrambling to find something that'll bounce you back up.
So getting that sense of seamless transition from one to the next is really hard.
It's not easy. So I would constantly be hitting the ground. I'd have to find some shit to bounce on, but you can bounce on like everything, but you gotta... Then once you're in the air, you got to kind of move towards the thing and hit X to start grinding, and it was all just really awkward. And you're supposed to manage all that while
you have to push a button to actually stick to
you have
something
to push
and
a
grind
button to like grab on a wall.
I feel like
to
it should
grind.
be just something like contextual, where once you're close to the railing, you just grind on it.
Well, then you would never be able to get off. I mean, I understand why they do it, but it wasn't very elegant. It felt very clumsy because... So, like, if I'm bouncing up and there's something sort of to the back and to the right that I want to grind on, like, manipulating the camera and moving over there isn't very, like, smooth. So I found myself kind of jumping backwards, like, into the camera because I was desperately trying to land on something to grind, which I knew was kind of over there. I'll just say it felt very awkward, and I don't know if... I mean, I'm assuming it's the kind of thing where eventually... You know, if you practice, you'll get good at it and maybe be able to do some of the cool stuff they were doing. But if that is the main hook of this game, I honestly don't know how fun it's going to be, because when I was grinding and hanging, I was, shooting enemies that were mostly fodder. It's not like I was using it strategically. It was like, imagine grinding on rails on Infamous and shooting dudes while you're doing it. That's Sunset Overdrive.
Well, I like that in Infamous. But
this is a lot like Infamous. It's kind of an awkward Infamous. I feel like...
But I don't think Infamous is awkward. So if it's like Infamous but awkward, that's kind of a red flag for me.
Yeah, but maybe because it was multiplayer, there was a lot going on. It's definitely something that you need to spend time with. But I feel like... And I get this from Gearbox games, where I feel like all the people at Insomniac think their game is way more exciting and fun than, like, at least the first impressions led me to believe. And they're like amping it up like, this is the most fun, crazy shit. I'm Randy Pitchford. That's the vibe I was getting from Sunset Overdrive over there. So I'm not down on it so much as I definitely need to play more, get better at it.
I feel like a lot of it might have to be
tower defense mode wasn't super fun.
I feel like a lot of that attitude might be like them trying to pump up they're basically trying to make their attitude around the booth, around pimping the game, match the tone of the trailer itself, which is bright and exciting. And
it's just that the personality of the game seems a lot more crazy than the gameplay, which feels a lot kind of like Infamous.
Maybe a little bit of a disconnect there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I don't know if we'll have another chance to play it before it comes out. We'll see.
And even the weapons didn't seem that crazy. I had like rocket launchers and grenade launchers, and they may have looked fancy, but I don't know. That said, I didn't really get any crazy amps or anything, so I don't know. It's just one I've just spent more time with, but
I don't think you have to worry about the weapons too much because Insomniac has proven over and over again they can create some pretty cool weapons. They may not have just wanted to reveal all of those.
It was kind of Ratchet and Clanky, but maybe more on the less crazier end of the Ratchet and Clank spectrum. I wasn't shooting things, making enemies dance to death or anything. You know what I mean? But it was all right.
Gotcha. All right. Well, thank you for playing it and telling us about it. And of course, stick with us here at 4playernetwork.com. E3 2014 is actually over. We're going to record a few more videos. And, of course, we have another podcast to record. There's a lot more stuff coming down the pipe. So thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you later.